If let's just leave this on overnight.
Alright. We are live. Malice in Sunderland, Chapter 20. Volume 4, Chapter 20. Probably Part 1.
That's what I was thinking. Probably Part 1.
Probably. Part 1.
Unless we all die, then, you know.
Well, I'm not such a mean GM that I would kill that many of you.
Just 90% of you.
I wouldn't kill all of you.
Someone has to live to tell the story.
Unless, of course, we were putting our clothes on this for a little while and about to start a different one. Oh, wait. No, I'd only kill like half of you. Okay. So, we are headed, we will say, Duncan, the wind is blowing from the southwest. I mean, towards the southwest. Ow, 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 ow.
That sounds like it hurt.
Yes. Ow. Okay, I am good. Thanks. Yes.
No more pets.
No pets.
What a sweet crow.
What? Thanks. Alright, so, southwest is, dork, is where we're going, apparently. Hedge Plains. Don't you wish you guys had that airship again? So, and, you're, pulling the cart. Who's gonna catch us up on what has recently happened? As you trudge. Maybe Fall Guy wakes up and someone's gonna tell him what has transpired.
No, Fall Guy's not gonna care.
Oh.
Fall Guy's gonna ask. He's alive, everyone's breathing, everything's fine.
Well, tell him anyway.
People who aren't breathing.
On chance he might pretend to care.
Let's see. Benji is back with the group. He's lost an eye. He's got some more gray hairs. They found Danny, but Danny is being taken along by this hero. And Danny told the hero that she would go with them if the hero didn't hurt her friends.
Mm-hmm.
The hero is kind of, I don't know, maybe just a little bit off her rocker.
Just a wee bit.
What do you mean? Like her complete tone and characteristics completely changing every couple minutes, or depending who she's talking to?
That, and also the inability to just accept it when Danny says, I was not kidnapped.
No, that can't be true. That can't. That's clearly BS.
Obviously, I had to have been kidnapped by these people who I've been traveling with and who, you know, I'm begging her not to hurt. Obviously, got home some
She's very confused. She's lost her memories. One does wonder how. But, so Jack has arm stamina, moves back. Okay. Right, and he's pulling the cart, correct? And Journey's End is no longer with you.
Journey's End is currently
A couple extra decades in the past, I think.
future past.
He's catching up the long way.
He's walking home.
Yeah, he's gonna catch up with you. He's taking the long way to meet you. My God. But you do have baby Kyria with you.
Yes.
And the urchin.
And you have a random street urchin that you don't know what's up with them. Because sometimes they seem very just straightforward, and sometimes they say things that make you go, "Aw, Okay. And they do sometimes disagree with Duncan on which way you should be going. They're like, we should go that way. And then Lynn's like, no.
Sort of like, really?
And in a dream, Lily made a pledge to Danny that if she can't save her, she'll kill her and keep her from being taken. And when Benji found out, he was pissed.
For some reason.
He had feels. There were feels. There were feels.
Hey, and feels are why Lily agreed to do it. So if Benji can't step up to the plate, then Lily's going to have to.
Also, we found out Laura's a complete total psychopath.
Really?
Yeah.
Lily and Danny making, comments about whether or not, like, she was dreaming about Benji and if she had sex with Benji. That kind of, helped with that.
It may have been considered provocation.
It may have been.
Just a little bit.
Even though Danny specifically apologized and said, sorry, cat politics. Like,
yeah. No, Danny did make an effort to smooth things over a little bit. But I think by that point, Laura was so done with changeling shit. Laura's just like, fuck, changelings, duh!
Fucking
guys. Forever.
Fucking fake.
Fucking changelings. There we go. Yep. And Laura and Jonna should just have a beer and just get to know changelings.
I think they get along really well when it comes to that.
Yep.
And then the urgent child that's somehow attached to Jack is talking back and forth.
Yeah, because
with Duncan.
Jack is so warm and nurturing.
After a fashion.
Warm like a little potbelly stove.
He does seem to collect strays, though. Have you noticed? He has
Children.
2 kids hanging on him now.
Specifically.
What?
He is a stray magnet.
Children. He has 3 children running around with him now.
Oh, really? Okay, who's the third one then?
Cold Life. Who's
Oh, that's right. So yes, he has
16,
one teenager and one really little one, and two little ones. Yes, that's true. He has,
We're gonna get back to Sunderland, and like Jack's just gonna be like the neighborhood babysitter.
I will sit your babies. Wait, that came out wrong.
Send all your kitties to me.
Speaking of Cold Lad, he's kind of looking at Jack like he doesn't know if he should speak up or not, and kind of like doing this, like opening the mouth, going, and then just giving up with the sigh of resignation.
Does Jack notice?
You can notice if you like.
Okay, if Jack notices, he'll say, "Spit it out, kid."
Is it always like this?
No, that's why we're getting the fuck out of here.
Oh. Is it usually better then?
Significantly, this is a bad place. Very unpredictable.
Right. This forest we're in now.
Yeah, it's, you've heard the stories. Stay on the path, full of ogres, witches,
Yes.
trees that kill. So just be careful, stay with me, and we'll see you out the other side.
If you think, they're all so terrible, then why are you helping?
Helping what?
Why are we doing this? This task?
Alright, so here's the thing. We're going to see these bodies off to their proper rest because of a deal that the one-armed bird over there made with a power here, a queen. Now, once we get them buried, we can take you wherever you want to go. But until then, we've got a tab that needs to be paid, and we've got to pay it. You have to learn that here, pledges, oaths, deals bind like steel. So because Lily said she was going to do it, we have to do it. And I pledged that I would see that woman, the one under there, buried as well to the man who looked like a ship. But that was something that I needed to do, and I knew what I was getting into.
I watched. I didn't want to bother you, but I saw he fell to his knees when he found her.
Yeah. It was me. I killed her.
Why?
So that
She
wouldn't
wasn't
become one
like
of
you.
us.
She was a person like me.
Yeah, she was. And she was almost in the hands of something really, really bad. And I couldn't stop it. So I killed her rather than let her go. I would do it again.
You didn't do it to me.
No, I didn't. But hopefully we can get you out to the other side. Right?
Would you?
Yeah. You remember those tricks I taught you, kid?
No, I mean, if... He kind of suddenly realizes that he's not sure he wants to ask that question.
Are you asking me if I would kill you, kid? Listen, would you prefer the life that we have here? Would you like to be like me? Or would you prefer to die a man? That's your choice. And you can tell me, so that if it comes up, then I'll know what to do.
You choose
Listen.
to live as you do rather than die, don't you?
I do. I do. But I've been through some shit. And I don't want to be through it again. And I don't want to put anybody else through it.
What about that one up there? And he looks up to the two that are flying above.
She sounds like a loyalist to me. That means she'll catch and keep.
Oh.
So stay away from her.
Right.
She won't give you a fair deal. And like I said, kid, I'll always tell you the truth.
I believe you there. You said promises here mean something.
Yeah.
A man that doesn't keep his word isn't anything at all.
No. Well, listen, that's not a formal pledge. If you need a formal pledge, we can work something out, but we're not doing it here. What I'm saying is you have my goodwill, and I'm responsible for bringing you here. So as soon as we get these bodies in the ground, you get to choose. And if you want to go back to that castle and get killed for that girl who called the guards, then I'll bring you back. But if you want to come somewhere else, we are from a world of squalor and wonder, and I would be happy to show you around.
Are they all from the same place as you? And you guys that are nearby can join this conversation, by the way.
Well, I'm in the cart, so.
Am I too far up?
I would say you can participate with the conversation. I don't want you to just not be included in anything, so.
More or less, I'm from
You're
Bristol.
certainly close enough to be considered to be part of the conversation.
Plus, you have cat-like hearing, so I don't think that's an issue.
Cat.
Yes, that's also true.
Oh, that's true.
It's not as great as a dog's hearing, but it's still better than human.
Right. So
When he was pointing up to those up in the sky, was he asking about Hero, or was he asking about me?
just both of you. What's up with this situation? Like, why is this person trying to rescue this other person and you hate them and think they're bad? And if they're trying to save them from you, then why don't they attack you? Basically, he's not to the fucking changeling's point, but he's taking his baby steps there.
Yeah. Does
anything here make sense?
Then to that she would respond that it's complicated, and unfortunately things here are sometimes people that think that they're doing what's best for you, and she kind of motions to Hero, and like from her back and everything, aren't really.
And the hero says, "Well, that ain't very nice, is it?"
It's not nice to
I'm
kidnap people either, and yet here you are. Whoa, it's Theo! Holy shit!
Well, it's not very nice for me to say, or it's not very nice that happens.
That's not a nice thing to say. Well, true. I mean, yes, it's true, but not in this case. Of course she knows what's best for you. She only does what's best for us.
I was actually talking more about you, not the mistress.
Oh. Well, I'm just trying to do what's best for her, which must be
What are you
best.
saying up there? I can't hear you because of the wind and the creak of these wagon wheels.
Don't tell him what we're talking about. Don't worry, I won't let that one get you. I was just saying, it looks like there's a storm ahead.
Huh?
It doesn't smell like a storm.
No, it doesn't smell like a storm. It smells like flowers, actually, which is what the storm is made of.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna get killed by fauna.
Old episodes, I'm suddenly really like oh shit.
I'm going to have to fly a bit lower. Be careful.
Okay.
Alright, laddie.
In the cart, puts his arm around Duncan. He's like, "We there yet?"
What?
I didn't hear what Crow said.
We're there yet.
Fall Guy sits up, puts his arm around Duncan, and then asks him, "Are we there yet?"
Not quite.
He takes his arm back and then lays back down in the cart.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. I forget what we were talking about.
Flower storm.
Yes, there's a storm of flowers that you guys are passing through. And Duncan, you hear a voice in your ear. Very close. Soon it will be time to collect the rest. Well, some of them at least.
He simply nods.
They're thin and cold. There are a lot of them.
I don't think we can save them all.
No, but you can take them all to rest. Are you well?
Conflicted, but well.
What lay so heavy on you?
Someone's obviously messing with me, and I don't like it.
What could hurt you?
He thinks for a moment and then starts listing everything that's probably like 5 times the size he is.
The voice just sounds amused.
She asked. She also includes Jack in there, by the way.
Jack,
It's pretty big.
that one there.
Oh,
And by the way, there's no visual. It's just the words, that one there.
And he just like, absolutely yes.
Spectre shrug.
Why would he hurt you?
Why does anyone hurt anyone?
Why did Danny say Duncan?
The two of you are supposed to be kind to one another. It would suit me better if you worked together.
Sometimes kindness is not enough.
Cannot one
Well,
appreciate...
this is just a extrapolation. Nothing more than theories and word crafting and possibilities. You know as well as I do, anything can happen within any time frame.
Duncan, he is now under my protection.
Oops.
And then the voice disappears.
I shouldn't be laughing at. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. I'm laughing at what Emmy said in chat.
That wasn't part of the deal. No one made Danny promise that she had to get along with
No.
this dude, so.
That was just to Duncan. That was just to
Oh,
Duncan.
I know. That's why I did it in chat.
And then Duncan hears that, and he's just like, God damn it!
Damn it!
God damn it! I can't fucking chat. Ah. Hey Theo, do you want to join us?
No, I can't. I don't have enough battery or mobile internet data-y stuff to play for any period of time. But I thought I'd come say hi.
Hello.
Oh, good to see you again. I can't wait to have you back properly.
Yeah, well, you need to hurry up.
Alright.
We're almost done.
We've only got 2 sessions left, so
Hopefully.
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 Do any of you guys want to take precautions before you head through? There's reduced visibility, but you don't hear any other sounds or sights of conflict.
Is it
Other than
dark?
what?
Just reduced visibility. Like it's hard to see up ahead. But
Oh,
that's
because of for lack of a better word,
flowers
storm.
everywhere.
Does it look like they're physically dangerous?
Hmm. I mean, they might be flower petals that are made of tiny chips of glass. In which case, yes.
So
But
Jack is going to put the cart down for a sec and turn to little Kyrie
Mhm.
and say, looks like storm up ahead. What should we do?
Well, I guess
and then she gestures to herself. She puts her hand to her own face and goes like this, and then she touches her nose like this, and then she puts her fingers in front of her eyes like that, and then she points at you and she puts her hands like this.
Hold on to everything? Okay.
A nod, and
All right,
she
so-
scurries off up a tree.
All right. But Jack is going to overturn the cart against a big tree, letting everyone know that he's going to do so before he does.
I was about to say.
We should unload it first.
No. He wants to use it as a cover. So the cart is like gonna stop everything from. People can stay in the cart, but just don't get stabbed.
Could you? Because I know there's going to be metal on the cart itself. Could you make it so that it digs into the ground, so that the storm doesn't pick it up?
Jack weighs 1,300 pounds. He's just gonna lean on it.
Well, just for added support. There's no guarantee you're not going to fly away.
I don't have Jack sit on it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a tornado, the spike could go 50 feet down and it'd still pull it up out of the ground.
Yes, but it's more like so it doesn't turn into a giant umbrella on you.
No, it doesn't. I don't think it's going to be like that. He's going to hold onto the tree, and knock it over. Does the physics of that make sense? Kind of like.
I don't know. Okay, so you overturn the cart and sit on it.
And folks can get underneath if they want to.
Okay. Um.
Duncan's
Yes.
sorry, way ahead of you because it's dark under there. So it's like freedom.
Hero comes down just enough to try to loop a few lengths of the chain around a tree branch and says, "You'll have to hold on tight to me. Don't want to lose you.
Come on under the cart.
None of you must hurt me."
Yes, none of you must hurt her.
Does this look like the face of a guy that would hurt her?
Yes,
I don't know, this one's pretty lazy.
you and your chattering teeth.
And I'm looking specifically at Lily, like nobody, and then at Jack, like nobody needs to hurt her.
Promise.
I'm going to get something out of that promise. You're going to come into my shelter, and I can't hurt you. What do I get?
Aww.
You know I'm the villain. Give me what I want.
I'll sing you a song. A good one.
I don't want your songs. They're terrible.
I kind of look at Jack like that might not have been your smartest move.
We don't need your shelter.
Good luck in the storm.
Sure.
I hope you don't get lost and the queen gets angry
We
at you.
don't need you. You were just waiting for your moment to strike, weren't you? You couldn't even give me a promise of safe haven. He wouldn't. He wouldn't promise. He's a villain. I knew it.
No. They're not going to do anything. I promise.
He's one of the ones that was after you. He's taken advantage of your companions
Grave
and
mistake.
convinced them that he's on their side. We can't
Grave
trust him.
mistake. I'll.
She's a little too agitated to hear you, but after a moment she looks down. And you can't hear what she was saying to Emmy, though.
Right.
That was whispered over in your ear.
You can. You can take shelter here, and we won't harm you. But in return, you have to promise not to take Danny anywhere against her will.
No, I shall not. Not
Well,
anywhere
I mean,
with that one. That one's
you
a
wouldn't-
villain. We'll
You
go
wouldn't
higher.
want to kidnap her, would you? Because that's what kidnapping is, taking someone somewhere against their will. And if you're not kidnapping her, then she would be willing to go with you.
She already agreed to go with me. We're going higher. And she flaps her wings and she heads higher. You didn't laugh. She's still muttering about how someone didn't want to buy her song. She's like, my song is very valuable. I traded it for an entire battalion once. That was a steal. Oh!
I believe you.
She just cannot believe it. This is a mortal insult. And she says, I know you didn't want me to hurt that one, but I do believe I need to challenge him.
How high is she flying?
Above the storm.
Is she flying above the trees?
Yes. Very high up.
Good. We got rid of her. Hopefully she'll do something else stupid and get rid of Danny.
But
Yes.
Jack, I don't think you understand. She's leaving with Danny.
I understand. She was a threat to all of us.
We have to get Danny back.
You have to get Danny back. I have to get these bodies to the churchyard. You are also pledged to do so. It is bad practice to pledge yourself in conflicting ways, Lily.
I already did
You
that.
also cannot walk.
He's got
Now,
you there.
I already took the things to the place.
Oh, no, you haven't done that yet. That hasn't happened yet.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure we've taken people and things places.
You have...
That was
there
unfortunate.
has transportation of various things, but the cart is still full of bodies that have not reached the final destination.
Well, it's too bad that the Queen of Heaven didn't word it like that, because we did take things to places.
You told us to take specific things to a specific place. She said, I want you to take all the dead that need to be taken to their final resting place, and I will give you a guide to go with you.
Oh. Because I have it written down like verbatim, we have to take things to a place.
That
makes it really hard for me to know what to do then, because I was under the impression we didn't... Okay.
I'm sorry, Lily.
You have to look at it this way. There's only one person in this party that knows where the resting place is. Maybe two. Maybe.
the urchin is like, and then scurries under the cart quickly. Baby Kyrie has disappeared, as Kyrie is so very wont to do.
Of course.
And hasn't come back yet. But does anyone not get under the cart?
Olga's the first one under the cart.
Okay.
I think Benji doesn't get under the cart.
So
I think Benji was passed out in the cart, so he's
Yeah,
under
we
the
don't
cart.
want to fuck with him just because he's sick.
Yeah, we're not.
Well,
We've already done that one. I won't do it again.
In all honesty, if he was riding that dog, it would have completely avoided the storm.
Yes, but this way, whenever he does come in, he can easily and quickly rejoin the group, which is
True.
ideal. So everybody's under the cart, and you start hearing this whistling and whirring and fluting sound, and it's beautiful. It's like wood flutes and wind chimes, and excuse me, as you're listening to it, you realize what a seductive sound it is. It's almost like calling to you. I want everyone to make a perception roll. And by the way, the little urchin is curled up against the closest place to Jack, as if to press against his warmth. And all shivering.
Wits plus composure, right?
Wits and composure is how we do perception, correct.
Oh wait, I gotta reroll that.
Do I roll since I'm up high up?
What?
Do I roll?
Sure. No, sorry. Well, you can roll perception to notice something else.
Okay, then I rolled anyway, so I just wanted to see if I actually was going to use that.
Alright, so you notice that the sound is different on the outside of the storm than inside, because Hero is flying over the storm, and on the outside of the storm, it's this beautiful musical fluting. On the outside, it doesn't look like, on the inside, it doesn't look like flower petals. It looks like little bits of shredded glass. And there's this kind of red, pulsing center to it. And on the inside, it sounds like the clashing of blades. Like the striking of blades and the grinding of machines on the inside. But on the outside, it's very beautiful.
One success.
Okay. There is a scrubby, bare pair of furry feet on the edge of the cart, that you can peek just outside the cart. And they came up to the edge of the cart, and now they're starting to stagger away again. Jack, are you underneath the cart, or are you just sitting on it?
No, Jack has the cart braced against a couple of thick trees.
Okay, so you are outside it, is that correct?
He's holding it down, yeah.
Alright, so
But
he notices
Jack is-
Curie... What?
He's going to strengthen himself as soon as he notices there's things out there that are slashing.
Okay. So you notice that baby Kyrie starts scampering back to you, carrying what looks like a goat's horn,
Okay.
and looking very triumphant. And then the minute that music starts, she starts to sway and look around, and then she starts
Jack is gonna grab her.
drunkenly staggering away from you.
He'll grab her.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's another of these comical where like she's running in place, like a few inches above the ground as you're like holding her up
Gold.
by her scruff. And he's like trying to like holding her up, and she's just like, no. Is it that sort of thing?
He'll do this. He'll go, and then he'll poke her, poke, until she comes to.
She bites at you. She's just biting at your fingers and clang, clang.
Cling, cling, cling,
Clang, clang.
Wake up.
She's just, like shoving her hands in your face to try to get away from you.
What's the horn look like?
It just looks like a goat's horn that's been sawed off.
Like a horn? Is it a horn?
Possibly.
Okay, so if
it doesn't seem at all ornamental. Like, it's not banded about with brass. It doesn't have a strap. It doesn't have like a mouthpiece or decoration. It's literally like someone went and chopped off a ram's horn.
But is it filled with what a ram's horn is filled with? The flesh and the.
If you examine it, it's empty.
Okay.
It's hollow.
Well, can Jack blow it?
If you can get it away from her.
Oh, I thought she wasn't interested in it anymore.
Famous last words.
Huh.
I thought she was distracted.
She's distracted, but it's still in her hand.
Okay.
However, I'm going to give her a penalty to keeping it.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll a brawl, a dex and brawl to get it away from her. What?
Wait, dex and brawl? I've got her already.
Oh, well then it would be strength.
Okay, cool.
Because she's flailing around, see, which is why I thought it would be that. But if you're just straight, like, brute forcing it, then...
Yeah, I kind of can't see Jack.
You're just like, give me that! Give me that! I'll squish you!
He's not gonna squish her.
I don't want to squish you!
No, he doesn't get it at all. On 6 dice, I didn't get a single success.
It's a Matthew.
Hey,
You
Matthew.
haven't gotten it. Then you don't have it yet. And and she's trying to get away from you to run off and listen to this music, and then you start to feel a little stinging, like sand is whipping very quickly against you.
Okay, that sucks. All right. Shit. Okay, and she's still flailing. She wants to go run off into this.
Oh yes, she definitely does. Although after a moment, she starts cringing, and you see little tiny specks of red just appear on her skin.
Okay. Well, Jack is gonna. He already has her, and rather than taking the horn, he's just gonna like pass her into the cart and say, "Grab her and blow that horn."
Okay, so I
So
can
who
see
wants
Jack
to
and I.
wrestle with baby Kyrie?
Oh, I'm just gonna
Small
steal
guy
it
just
from
puts
her.
his hands up like this and goes, I don't have any lips.
No, the one situation where you have an automatic nod it. Small guy's just like, finally something no one can expect me to do. Yes!
I will try to entertain her.
Can I literally steal it away from her?
You can roll larceny, but that's going to be against her perception. Which,
Right. And he's in the darkness.
You can try if you want, but it's hard. It's hard to steal something from someone that's in their hand, in front of them.
Well, that's why it's called filching. I think that was what it's called.
I don't know. I
Or
would go for
fletching.
Dex and I would go for Dex and Brawl. You're pretty much trying to grab it away from her. And I'm gonna say he's able to shove her under because he's not really trying to do it with any finesse, is it? Is he?
No, well, he doesn't want to crush her. But yeah, he's just passing her in underneath.
He's just kind of stuffing her in there. And she's like, ugh. Yes, and those of you underneath notice that there are like little blooms of red all over her.
Okay, so I only get -1 for not having Brawl unskilled. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't have enough.
Brawl? What are you doing?
And you're rolling
This is
against
why I was trying to get trying to do a larceny roll.
You wouldn't use Brawl for larceny.
Alright.
You
my
might if you were
God.
thug.
Success!
She just rolled so bad.
I just got a success.
Alright, so you have 1 success. She rolled really bad and has 1 success. So ties go to the defender, so you don't get it away.
Hmm.
I'm going to try to just calm her down and keep her entertained with some little funny-looking rock or twig or something I find on the ground.
Okay, like you're gonna start telling jokes or whatever?
Jiggle some keys.
Jiggle some
Or I'll
chains
make-
off of Jack's
Well,
back.
she has a little rattling. Food would probably work if I know anything about
Ratties.
ratties.
What I can do is make like a little story about some
Okay.
little twig that's shaped like a...
Roll expression. Roll presence expression.
Oh, okay, that's a chance die. Alright then. Nope, that's a dramatic failure. I rolled a 1 on a chance die.
Wow.
Yes.
Alright, she listens, and then her eyes go very wide, and she starts clawing at your face. Come on, Lily! She's just like, she just starts attacking you. Which does, however, mean that she's dropped the thing she was clinging onto.
Your
So-
work.
So, good for the group, bad for you, because you're going to take a couple bashing from claws opening up her face.
Poor Lily.
Poor Lily!
specific.
What the fuck?
Be
Lily-
specific as to how much damage I take.
How much is a couple? Like 2?
Yeah, a couple is 2.
Yeah, like getting your face clawed up, that would be like 2, I would say. Like it hurts, but you're not like, you're not like,
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm going
like
to start
two.
making stamina rolls to pass out.
oh Lord. Then Jack, you're spending 3 glamour. Okay, so you have armor of elements, which means metal, which means basically your metal just thickens and like, I'm kind of thinking almost like, you know, when a robot puts its armor on, and then the plates come on and go and just like seal you up.
Yes, like that, over the cart.
All right. So you're still going to get hurt. You're still going to take damage. But because all of these little things, they're basically like tiny slivers of glass. So all the damage you take, you don't have one big wound. So we're just going to say you take a bunch of bashing, but none of it's lethal because these are all just little slivers. But then they're all over you. So all of you has like you have like hundreds of paper cuts.
I lose my 6 extra boxes first, right? Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, after 2 turns I pass out.
Oh, Lily. Oh,
I
poor
tried.
Lily.
Expression is not my thing.
Mm-mm. Nope. But you tried, and that's what matters.
I
And,
really tried.
So Matthew, Kyrie is offended and just attacked Lily with such tiny rage that Lily passed out from the fury of her face clawing. Daddy
Probably
has been
knocked her
taken
head
up,
against the
up,
cart.
up above the storm because Hero said to Jack, I know you are a villain, but if you promise not to hurt me during the storm, I will sing a song for you. And Jack said, no, I don't want your song. Your songs are terrible.
He wanted something a little more tangible, to be fair.
True. True. Then again, it could be argued that a song is a tangibly valuable thing when it.
I will remember that the next time we're at the Goblin Market.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you'd had one of the Hero songs and traded that at the Goblin Market, oh. But
It doesn't help us now.
It depends on who's singing.
I volunteer Benji to sing it.
I've been offered some pretty amazing shit for the Mermaid song. And he always says no.
Yeah, Benji. Yeah, Benji basically got one of the most valuable things at the Goblin Market for the Mermaid song, or like his memory of one of her songs.
Oh no, he actually said fuck off. He didn't trade it.
Oh really? Oh okay. Okay.
But I know that he was offered something of amazing value. But
yeah,
that
was basically one of the most valuable things at the Goblin Market.
Yeah.
So.
And he basically said fuck off.
He was like, no, mine.
I don't think he basically said it. I think he did say it.
He might have. Yeah, actually, this is Benji. I might not be paraphrasing.
All right. So, does anyone else want to take measures, or do you just kind of hunker down and stay like that until it passes?
I hunker down.
If I think I can get there with a Dex Athletics, I can't judge how far it is right now. But if I think I can
get where?
To Lily, I'll pull her under the cart for her.
You're under there with her. She's there. She's on with you.
Oh, did Lily pass out?
Jack had baby Kyrie and noticed that she was getting hurt by the storm, so he just kind of stuffed her under the cart. And Lily was trying to entertain her and calm her down to get her to chill out, and then got a traumatic failure, which I do believe is only like the second dramatic failure in this game ever.
It would not have been a dramatic failure if I hadn't expected to do expression. I wasn't thinking about that, so oops.
That's
especially presence and expression. Yikes.
Oops. But she has in the fury of her attack, she did drop the horn. So did someone grab it?
I did.
Okay.
Duncan's not gonna pass
as your fingers close around it, you hear your lady's voice in your head saying, "Oh, good."
All guy yells, "Free bird!"
He just goes, "Oh, good." What the hell's that supposed to mean?
You hear the lady's voice the minute your fingers close upon the horn. She goes, "Oh, good," with a sound of relief.
That, like I said, that's what Duncan says. He just goes, "What's that supposed to mean?"
There's no response. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with it?
Oh, he's gonna blow on it, with his non-existent lips.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so he blows, and at first it's exactly the sound you'd expect. It's just like...
Sorry.
Like really embarrassing. But then you hear kind of a click, and you hear the lady sigh in your head and go, and then a moment later you're pulling out Tickle's phone to this. It swells, and suddenly it's this beautiful, rich, organic kind of swelling sound. It's this beautiful hunting horn sound comes out of it. And when you hear it, Jack, you can observe, like, by the minute the storm died out. Now, it doesn't happen right away. It just doesn't die down right away. But, like, over the next 5 minutes, you observably see it calm and calm and calm. And as it calms, you can hear heroes singing high, high above. And her song is, you can see the effect. Now, you can roll a kenning to find out exactly what's happening, but it looks like just as the horn is calming the song, her song is attacking the storm. And you can roll kenning if you want to find out more about that, but she is basically doing something about it as well.
I have not rolled kenning before, so just say my curiosity.
Okay, so basically, empathy is how you find out things about emotion, right? Regular perception is how you just observe things around you. Kenning is the perception roll for strictly magical or changeling or supernatural shit. So changeling bullshit, kenning is just your perception roll, and it's wits and weird.
Oh.
In the actual
Okay.
game, it's based on your clarity, but I think that's stupid, so it's just a wits and weird roll.
Is there a cost to it, or is it free roll?
I don't believe there's a cost.
Okay, then I'll roll it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a 10, so that's 2 successes.
Okay. Okay, so 2 successes. Basically, the notes are firing like arrows, and they're actually like shattering bits of the storm. Imagine that the storm consists of like veils or just like bits of things whirring around. Her notes are actually like. Do you know that one really show off aria in the Magic Flute where it's just like cascades of notes and it's just like soprano show off time? It's like that. Like she's singing this just like these arpeggios that just like pile on each other. It almost sounds like is more than one voice singing, and they're like firing into the storm like arrows and tearing it apart so that she can fly a safe path through it. Okay, Matthew sings along, and your voice does not have a magical effect. At least
No,
not
I'm actually going for non-magical. I'm hoping to calm down Kyrie and bolster the spirits of my companions.
In that case, did you roll expression?
Yep.
Okay, excellent. You do calm down baby Kyrie. And she's just kind of huddling under there. She has little cuts all over her. Like she just has a couple dozen paper cuts randomly here and there. So she just starts huddling in and going.
I wouldn't call paper cuts tiny. They're actually deeper than they look.
They're not paper
Alright.
cuts, they're glass cuts.
Ooh, that's even worse.
But the storm passes, and you all survived it. And afterwards, the sun comes out, and it's like someone made it extra beautiful. Like the whole land is extra pretty, as if maybe someone feels a little bad that you had to go through that and decided to cut your break and make it up to you.
Jack is gonna bang on the cart. All clear.
Frog Guy will pat Duncan on the back a couple times and then just be like, close enough.
He just looks at him. No lips. Still can do it.
Oh, shut up.
Alright. Converse. And to Danny, Hero
Yeah.
turns around and says, well, did you see that? Huh?
Yes, I did.
You see? I wouldn't let it get you.
And I appreciate that. I want you to know that.
Why, thanks. I mean, not that I'm doing this for her. I mean, for you. She says, not that I'm doing this for you, it's for her.
I know.
But you kind of get this feeling this is someone who is trying to convince themselves they don't care. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She's going like, it's not about you, I don't care about you. So she's like, don't worry, I won't let anything hurt you. I've come all this way and I'm going to get you home safe.
About how much time has passed?
Not about, yeah, sure, 15 minutes, that's fine.
All right, Lily's awake again.
Okay, cool. No, not since the storm, but since the other stuff that happened to you. You're fine. You can wake up. I'm not going to be a dick about it. It's the hedge. Time is wibbly wobbly. Which brings us to a question about if it's ever going to be tea time here.
Possibly. How's everybody looking?
Well,
Still look like this. So not great.
Boy, Grave, come here for a second.
She's too high up to hear you at the moment. Okay.
start making big, broad hands like.
He got distracted by ratties.
Grave.
What?
Wait a second.
What?
Gonna take a respite.
All
Tea
right.
time.
Tea time.
Yeah.
All of you. Oh, I'll wait till Joshua gets back to say that. All right. But I shan't break bread with that one. Gesturing towards Jack.
Fair
He said he
enough.
didn't like my songs. He said they were terrible. This is a terrible insult, and I demand restitution.
Restitution?
I don't think he actually said that.
And he literally did say, "I don't want your songs. They're terrible."
Yeah, he did.
Ooh.
Boy.
I
Yeah.
believe the word "terrible" was absolutely used.
I was going to say he wouldn't have a point of reference for not having heard them, but okay.
I think
Well, you're correct. You're correct, but that's still what he said. So.
He only likes steel drums. That's what I heard.
Oh, Josh is
That's
not
rubbish.
on the computer right now. I hope you
I
guys
think-
know that.
I say quietly to her, there is no accounting for taste, but it doesn't necessarily speak of the person's character.
That's right. That's right. See, I told you he was a villain. I mean, what can you expect of,
Oh, he's
Right.
the worst kind of villain. He protects little kids. Oh, man.
I mean, what can you expect of those in red? And I suspect that one is.
Well, Jack is just focused on his task. The task is very, very important.
Don't go getting soft now. We can't afford to have any sympathy for them. They've been attacking us for, well, always. I mean, I'm sure Our Lady would be happy to make friends if they'd just leave her alone, but there's no point even thinking about it. You can't. You can't. Well, like you said, it does say something about someone's character, doesn't it?
I said it doesn't necessarily say anything about
Oh no, it
character.
absolutely does.
It speaks of taste.
Can I hear that?
You liked my songs, didn't you?
Of course I like your songs.
Ah, that's right.
I haven't had the chance to hear him. Might we get to hear him during tea time?
Yes, play for us.
But my songs aren't for anybody. I just did that one to keep her safe.
All right. Well, if you change your mind, I have the feeling tea time will put you in a good mood.
I've never had tea.
Never.
You're in for a treat.
Alright. If none of you are going to hurt me,
Yeah,
But they
not
won't.
gonna happen.
Not planning on hurting you, no.
promise.
Promise, I'm not planning on hurting you.
I promise that I, Benji, will not be laying a pot on you during tea time because that would just be fucking rude.
Right. Want to promise
Unless
from
you
every one
ask
of you
me
that you
to,
won't hurt
it's not
me.
a kind of thing. Got it. Got to slip the
It's not going
disclaimer.
to come down until everyone gives a promise not to hurt her during tea time.
Jack will lean over to Benji and say, hospitality pledge during tea time we can do, but if I can get my hands on her, I will kill her. I will not pledge a non-aggression pact with this loyalist. However, if you want to do a temporary truce during tea time, I would be willing to pledge very carefully. I don't want to get stuck in non-aggression with this woman.
I said during tea time.
Yep.
Come on, lighten up. We can get through this one without violence. What the fuck am I saying?
Lighten up, because then pledges never fuck with anyone in this game.
Duncan
Never happen.
will not promise to anything.
Jeez, Benji. You know, Sunderland does need a summer monarch. You're a good man.
Summer fucking nice sense of humor, but I'll talk to Summer, yeah?
Not the stripper.
No, Summer, though, is quite nice. Right. So, Duncan, you want no part of tea time? Bugger off to about yay far away. That should do the trick.
I'm not gonna promise anything if she doesn't.
Standard
No.
hospitality pledge.
Hospitality back and forth.
She says, if I am not betrayed or attacked, I will hurt none of you during tea time.
We have a standard hospitality pledge, though, right? I mean, like, we know at this point, you go into somebody's house.
Changeling society in general, yes.
So that's
And-
what's with
I
that?
mean, it's basically, I won't attack you unless you attack me first.
Perfect.
Or
That's
significantly betray me. And usually significantly betray means, like, lie to me to get me to a place where there are people waiting to kill me and you know that they are there. That's generally considered attacking as well.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes people wiggle in there. But this means don't attack me or betray me, and then you can tack on a place and a time if it works, which in this case, obviously you do want.
Do we?
So yeah,
Are there any like extra chains laying around?
chains, no. There might be a chain on a flail or something. But then it would be attached to something at either end. The cart was a stable cart. Like, it was basically for hauling shit around. So,
Quite literally.
quite literally, yes. It is literally a shit cart.
There's jingling? I don't hear any jingling.
It's not.
Hmm.
You can't hear it.
No.
There's probably a few dingleberries somewhere.
Oh, I can't even hear it, Emmy, so don't worry about it unless
Don't
someone
worry
else.
about it.
Yeah,
Lily
like,
says-
It's not annoying.
like, I hear it really loud over here, and she's like hitting one of the harder balls with a jingle. So like, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't really loud to you guys.
It's not a big deal.
Somewhat relaxing for me, so that's
Um,
it shouldn't be, but it is.
So just tell me in the chat, you guys negotiate if everyone agrees to a temporary non-aggression lasting just
Yes.
during tea time or not.
Duncan will agree to be X amount of feet away, but he does not agree in non-aggression pacts.
Okay, so then Duncan will go a certain amount of feet away. Okay.
Yeah, that's just who he is, and he doesn't really need to eat as much as everyone else does.
Fall guy will agree.
Okay, how about Jack?
Duncan, are we close?
Physically
Yes.
or socially?
Yes, you are.
Exactly.
You are. Well, you're close. You're not close to your final destination. Actually, she hasn't talked to you yet. That was about to happen at tea time.
No, she told us
Yeah.
we were close, and then
She said she said you were close to the next stop.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought you said we were close to the end.
You're close to like the place where you need to be next, not the final.
All right, princess. Sorry, but our princess is in another castle.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Basically.
all right, so we have a ways to go. Might as well
Yeah.
get and have some tea. Okay. Yeah, Jackal pledge standard hospitality, lasting
Okay.
only as long as the tea time lasts.
Right. Just specific for tea time. All right. Then she does as well. She said, "All right, they're not going to hurt us, and I suppose I won't kill them right now unless they make me. I'm only doing this for her. Maybe for you a little bit."
Oh,
And as she flies down, she says, "Do you think when you get home you'll remember me?"
To me,
Mm-hmm.
I would assume that I would. I mean, obviously, since I've been out of the place, I don't now, but I would assume going back would mean that I would start to remember you.
I think I'd like it if you remembered me. I mean, it's not like we could ever really be friends or whatever, but maybe sometimes if you swished your tail at me and I called out to you, or...
I'd be happy to.
Hmm.
Did we get along?
And she has the biggest smile at that. She's just like, she's like super excited about someone waving to her now and then.
Aww.
So she comes down.
I asked her if we got along.
Well, I don't think I ever tried to kill you.
Oh, well, then I guess, yeah, that counts.
And I don't think you ever tried to kill me either. Maybe that one time, but you were just being playful. And, I mean, it grew back. So, bygones, right?
Yeah.
Well, it grew back.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Got better.
Oh, better.
Was
Yeah.
she a newt at one point?
What?
Was she a newt at one point?
Oh,
You don't know. So she comes down and warily comes by, and Benji. The two girls are joined with a chain. This chain is familiar. You've seen it before. Well, this kind of chain. You know it because you have one at home. Well, you did have one in your home before your home disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And if you moved it to the library, it's still there. You bought it at the Goblin Market that one time.
Well,
Yep.
my joke is probably highly accurate then.
I think I lost it, so it's probably in the library.
You lost it. So it's in the library. Okay. Good job. Good job. So, you guys all gather around, and...
Benji pulls out a watch and says, "Oi, it's tea time."
and
Do you want to do it, or shall I?
Oh, go for it.
Okay. All of a sudden, the scent of a summer's day rushes in. You smell green growing grass, and there are birds singing, and it's just the most beautiful scent of like spring right after a rain, and there's sun. And it's warm, it's like balmy, it's the perfect weather, it's like 73 degrees, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just beautiful. Everything is beautiful. And you feel refreshed and rejuvenated. You feel like you've just eaten a wonderful meal, and you've just like drank beautiful clear water, and you've just had a wonderful nap in the sun. You just feel completely refreshed, and everyone gets back one willpower.
Good trick, Benji.
does that involve actually having tea? Is that a necessary
there is
component?
tea. Wait, Benji, does it make tea? It doesn't make tea, does it? It just
It
makes tea
doesn't
time.
actually make the tea. If
It
you
does
have
not
tea, it's
actually make
extra
tea.
delicious.
Yes.
Oh.
But if you have tea, it's extra delicious.
Oh,
You guys don't have tea.
I hand out biscuits.
Benji hands out biscuits.
Wait,
Gravy.
The urchin reappears and grabs two handfuls.
we regain a willpower? Is that what you said?
You do, just from it being tea time. You feel refreshed. And then all of you hear the voice of the Lady of Stars, and she says, the city is getting sicker, and I thought, on your way to gather them up, you folk might like to do something about it. It's not for me, but there's one I promised a favor.
Laura.
Think so.
So are you asking us to pay your debt?
No. I just thought you might like to. It would be easier on me. Yes.
And what does this involve?
Walk the city. Walk the city and leave my mark upon the houses.
Oh my.
I don't think I can do that.
We need to get these bodies buried. Time is funny now. Can we just put these poor
I am
folks to the
sorry
final
about the
rest?
storm. Whenever I try to open a door for you, things get a bit fussy here.
Ah,
It was not my intent to cause you. She tries to think of a word for something that's not good and can't think of it. It's almost like that's not in her vocabulary. It was not my intention to slow you down, but the dead are waiting for you to collect them.
Is this the Queen of Heaven?
This is the Queen of Heaven.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Why, Grave?
Mhm.
Is this your lady?
Wait, who are you asking that?
Grave.
Grave.
Boy, Grave, is this your lady?
She looks up and she's like, don't think so. Though my lady is sweet and good and kind and heals the sick. She sounds very like my lady, but I'm not sure. It's almost a little hard to remember what she sounds like. And she rarely spoke to me.
lady, if I help you with this, will you tell Grave to give Danny back and to play nice with us? And make her do it?
Crap.
Can I make her?
Maybe not make. Do you think you could convince her with...
I could ask nicely. I could take her into mine own, but I was asked very politely not to.
Yes, thank you. I would appreciate that. So,
There's a feeling of amusement back.
Grave, if the lady asked you nicely, would you give up your prisoner and play nice with us?
Are you my queen? Do you wear white?
She does wear white.
There was a very, very long pause. A very, very long pause. And after a moment, the voice says, I do wear white, but I am not your queen.
Oh. I would have preferred. Oh.
She sounds very sad, and the hero's voice, like her face just crumples. Like for a moment, she thought that she was in her queen's presence, and she just beamed, and it was like she bloomed, and then she just withers again, because she realizes that she's not home yet.
You work for the White Queen.
She kind of looks around. And then you see it dawn on her what just happened, and she realized what she just said out loud, and she goes, and she stands and she's instantly wary.
We can't hurt you while you're here.
Does that bring any recognition to either me or
absolutely.
Benji? Okay.
She didn't actually say, "Are you the White Queen?" She just said, "Do you wear white?" But it's not exactly.
But what Jack says, does it, like, it dawn at all, like?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, 100%.
Do we have any realization that that's ours as well?
I wouldn't say you have the conscious thought, yes, that's my person. But when you hear the name, there's no conscious thought, but there's an emotional response. Imagine if you lost a memory of someone you loved, but you still loved them. When you saw them, you would still feel this burst of emotion, even though you didn't know where it was coming from. You do. You feel emotion.
Then that Danny would probably get a little teary-eyed by him asking that question.
And when he reminds her that he can't hurt her in that circle, she says, "And now I know that you're just waiting too."
Surprise. You have my friend, and you want to take her to a slaver.
She is offended.
She should be offended.
Home again. Why don't you admit who you work for?
Sure.
You've bewitched all of them so much that they're not even asking you.
Who do I work for, then?
Oh, I knew you were a villain when I first saw you. Your
Really?
clanking and your rust. Oh, I know where you come from.
It takes one to know one.
I have flown up to the top of the hall, and I have looked down on that city and the areas and the spires, and I've seen the kind of things you do. And then she kind of
do you know
realizes
him?
what
Oh,
she's...
Jack gets really excited. He's like, "You know him, don't you?"
She falters for a minute. She's like, him? And then she's like,
You know him?
It doesn't matter. You're not going to like him.
Is he here now? He's not. Because I left his laboratory in flames. I crushed his servants, I destroyed his things, and I set his house on fire. And here I am. Tell me who I work for.
She clearly doesn't know what to say or do. Like, you have unsettled her a bit. She's doubtful, and she's like, you're trying to trick me.
No, I was tired of being a slave myself. I was taken, I was stupid. And I'm done with that. No more kings, no more masters, no more gods.
It's funny how different it is for each of us, yeah?
I just can't remember this.
I was in... I don't know what to say. Imagine a dollhouse, right? Place was perfect. Beautiful. More beautiful than even this. It was a paradise. And for her, I was a favorite.
You
For a
remember?
while. The thing is, behind closed doors, behind the scenes, behind all the beauty, was the savagery. There were things back there. There were things in there. She was all sweetness and light until you got her wrong. And then the teeth came out. That's when it happened, and that's how suddenly it could switch. All beauty and light until that one terrible, terrible fucking moment. And then you realize you've got to go. Because if you don't, you'll just sit there basking in the warm light, basking in the beauty, ignoring the shit. Swear to God. Sometimes I would go back. Sometimes I still think about it. And sometimes I would go fucking running. But it ain't right. It ain't the way to go. I want it. God, do I fucking want it. But it ain't right.
No, it's
Sorry.
not.
Great.
Danny,
You and I.
Danny's crying now. Like,
Yeah.
full on crying.
So is she.
If she lets
Good.
me, I hug Grave.
For a second she does, and then it's like things click into place. And all of a sudden, she's shoving at you and hitting you.
Oh,
And she says, no,
she just broke
you
the
don't
pledge.
understand. There's no darkness in her. It's only those who doubt. People who love her properly and are loyal, there's nothing bad and there's nothing but light. If there were teeth there, they were only yours.
By the way, I'm gonna point this out. The second she brings up a hand to look like she's gonna hit someone, Duncan throws a dagger at her feet.
Duncan's outside. Right?
Yeah, he's not close enough. He can't.
But there's the bubble.
The
right,
time.
for tea time?
You can't. I don't think you can interact with tea time.
Yeah, because you refused to go in.
Yep, you didn't go in.
However, he makes a very good point about her having just broke the pledge.
Yep, she hits Benji, she breaks the pledge.
I hold a hand up and go, it's okay. I get it. Trust me. If anybody here gets it, I fucking get it. Alright? Listen, I just want you to come with me a bit. Then what you decide is what you decide, but let me show you things.
Why don't you come with me? If you know, why won't you come home again?
Because I know those teeth. And you're right. They're mine. You are abso-fucking-lutely right. Those were my teeth.
She looks terrified. Terrified and starts to back away. Suddenly sad.
Sooner or later.
It's terrible when you really feel connected to a person and then suddenly you're scared of them. That's an awful feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She starts to back away, so eventually Danny is going to be pulled along with her.
Yep.
Listen, Grave. I feel for you. I think we connected and it wasn't just about fucking scritches. So bear with me for a while, yeah?
How could you leave? And
Stay
if you've
with
been
me.
taken, why didn't you come back?
Sometimes I've only got part of the answer. Come with me, and I'll tell you as much as I know.
What are you... Okay, she's backing up. But she's...
Get it, Benji, get it.
You can if you want. She's about to leave. Like, step away from the group. So...
I step back from her.
Alright.
And say, at
Benji.
least...
Okay.
Yes.
Say what you're gonna say.
At least finish out tea time, yeah?
Alright. The way Benji sees things, does he consider upset kind of this sort of thing as an attack? Like not in his conscious mind. Does he feel he has just been attacked?
Did I take any bashing?
No.
No.
There was no actual intent to harm.
No.
Oh, God.
So,
No, if you didn't take damage.
But it doesn't matter if you took damage. Does Benji feel as if he has just been attacked?
No.
Okay.
Man, she is
Now
so
I'll have
lucky
to
she's
decide
not
if
dealing
you're
with Duncan.
weird. Now I have to decide what the weird thinks. And the weird is far less forgiving than Benji. But you guys don't get to figure that out yet.
Well, we should know when an oath is broken, don't we? Just like
The
when we know
people
when
involved know.
Okay.
So.
So we will
It's all this.
know if the hospitality pledge breaks.
Yeah.
I would say it hasn't yet, but it is strained to the point of breaking. And on the barest of technicalities, that no actual damage was done. That's gonna have to.
The hedge is like, I am fucking watching you.
But Duncan still would have thrown the dagger, but if anything, I could see it bouncing off the spear.
Oh, that was intense. Whew, do you guys want to take 5 minutes?
Sure.
Sure.
Whew, okay.
While we're gone, I will undo the chain that ties. And I will tie that.
Think about this.
I will tie that loose end to a tree.
Oh man. Wow.
Be right back.
Oh
I'm
man.
glad I was here for that.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, Benji. Jenny all of a sudden feels like so much more like connected to him.
Duncan just saw Grave as a oathbreaker, by the way.
Yeah, understandably so, but
Well, I mean, can he even see in though?
What?
You can probably see inside.
I thought it was like a total obscurity.
I'm gonna say because of the wibbly wobbly time, I didn't want to have to think about how the two different people would perceive it, so I'm just gonna say you're not aware of what's happening inside.
Okay, then he wouldn't have gotten the chance to. Then he wouldn't have thrown the dagger.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're very lucky. So I'll have to. Grave is very lucky. Duncan didn't see any of that. Very.
Whew.
I need more water.
We might need to get a bigger cart.
Daddy's calling.
Probably not. I only put it in like an hour ago.
Yeah. I have gnocchetti out that you can make, or we can make the, I think there's tortellini or, like ravioli type thing. Whichever is fine. Whichever one you think is best.
Whoa!
You guys all right? Sounds like a catastrophe over there.
Alright, I figured out how I'm gonna do it. I figured out how I'm gonna call it.
Well, I am glad that you ruled that.
That I what?
Ruled that Duncan couldn't see it.
It's kind of funny because a changeling would remember that shit, but I'm not a changeling and I didn't. I just had her react the way an emotional person would react without thinking. But it was a moment.
She isn't a lost. That's the thing.
She's not a lost.
So she doesn't see. She probably wouldn't see an issue with breaking a pledge right off the bat.
Well, Arcadians suffer the same kind of situation.
Exactly. Same consequences. Same consequences.
Sometimes more so, which is interesting.
Sometimes more so. We will see if there will be any, if the weird is going to backlash.
Oh, and I did think of one more thing that Benji said.
Okay.
Put it in
Okay,
the
is
chat.
everyone back?
If you want, I'll read it because it will be on air that way.
Is everyone back?
Looks like it. Though looks like mostly everyone's muted.
The pledge with Benji was broken. She's absolutely broken her pledge to Benji only. That's my ruling.
What?
So I was like, oh. With Benji. Like,
Oh,
Benji.
it was broken with Benji?
Yes.
Okay.
It was taken with each individual person, not with the group, in this case. Because we did specifically go around and ask everyone, it wasn't a group thing.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
Benji, you feel it snap. Go ahead and read what you put, Matthew.
Seagrave, that's the thing that keeps me away. Sooner or later, she gets sick of everybody. I can almost pretend it's different with me. Almost.
It's not. It wasn't. She's still backing away from you, still afraid, trembling. And she said, no, whenever one of you goes, it's terrible. It's terrible, she wails.
Wait,
doesn't
wouldn't she?
take- What is she, what?
Wouldn't she have also broken a pledge with Danny? She specifically said you cannot hurt anyone.
You cannot hurt them unless I can hurt them unless they lie to me or trick me.
No, Trick wasn't in it.
I think it's unless they lie to me or try to trick me.
There was
Or
some kind of
try to
tricking.
betray me or something like that.
Betray.
Betray, yeah.
It was betray.
course.
Lie or betray.
And
Mhm.
and Benji
Matthew
didn't
has
either.
absolutely been lying to her. So,
Who has?
Well,
I mean, not Matthew. I'm sorry, Benji.
Benji.
I'm confused.
I think it's hurt or betray. I don't think there was any lie in there either.
Oh no, I'm.
I do remember lie.
Yes, I remember. Like, lie or trick or betray was pretty much the way that the promise with Danny was.
So the
So-
cool thing about betraying somebody is that you have to have a loyalty to them first, and we have no loyalty with her.
Right.
Well, it all depends on what the weird thinks about it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
You can't betray your enemy.
And I think Benji was telling the truth within his words, even though it may be seen as a lie in a way.
Well, I would rather move forward with the story than get into a discussion because we don't want to be all night, but let's move forward a little bit and we can figure that out because the tumble down of pledges never happens immediately. It's not like you break one and then instantly, something falls on your head.
Sure. We're just trying to see
Some of them are like that.
we're in our rights to kill her.
You are not. Benji is. Benji could attack her at any time. She's backing away from him, and pretty soon Danny's going to be pulled along.
Yeah.
And Lily.
Yeah, because I'm holding on to Lily. Oh, yeah, I'm clinging to Lily right
They're
now.
currently, yeah.
Okay.
Like, clinging, like, arms wrapped around her, like, not letting go right now.
Yeah, and she can't hurt Lily and Danny to get them apart.
Well, after tea time is over,
Not
she
as long as
could.
she's at tea time.
Yeah, as long as we're at tea time. Once it ends, things change.
Mm-hmm. Well, as soon as she hurts you guys, the hospitality pledge is over, so you don't have to let her fly away like a free bird.
That's what she's about to do. Basically.
I hold up another biscuit and just say, it's still tea time. I'm not going to hurt you.
Paul was just there with his biscuit like,
My biscuit.
Hella awkward. Oh my god.
chewing on it, getting crumbs all over.
Like a Cookie Monster.
Oh, it's so tense. It's so tense. She's like, why are you doing this? You can tell she's so confused. And roll in bit, Dave.
Who?
Matthew.
One success. It's a success.
Okay. All of you can tell that she's just like at the end of her I can't even.
Right.
So one success, Benji, you specifically realize that when she felt the pledge snap, she has no idea what just happened. That's never happened to her before. She doesn't know what it is. She knows something just happened, and she feels that she's in danger now, and wasn't before, but she doesn't have the mental context as to why and what.
Wow.
Okay.
She doesn't get what just happened. She just knows that something feels wrong now. And that's part of what's making her scared and skittish and possibly about to freak out.
Yep.
So.
So, here. Take the biscuit. Try and relax a bit.
She does. After a moment. And it's very like...
That means what happened a little bit ago. Pledge broke by accident. I'm not going to hold it against you. But something bad might happen, yeah? Keep an eye out. Be careful. I can teach you more stuff like this. Things to look out for.
I just have to get home. Once I'm home, everything will make sense again. You should come home too. Things will make sense if you come back.
Grave, I don't think she's listening to you anymore.
She has to. She has to. I'm her favorite.
Rings like that don't break in a measly little fall. Could have somebody look at it, but I think I know what's going on.
What is it then?
You're not one of her favorites anymore.
She just withers and crumbles. In fact, she may kind of just sink to the ground a little bit.
Grave.
No,
It's
no, no,
not-
no, 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 I'm just too far away. That's all. I'm just too far away. And if I get closer, then all I have to do is call and I'll be home again.
But doesn't
Grave,
the
you sound
mistress
just
have-
like me.
What were you saying, Emery? I don't want you to get lost.
Danny says to her, but doesn't our mistress have great power? So surely, like, we wouldn't be too far away from her.
It just
Doesn't
got
feel
lost.
possible, right?
I just have to get back to where I was before. It was... I just have
Great.
to... What?
Listen to me, and I want you to realize how fucking sincere I'm being. I'd rather have you as a friend than an enemy. I'd rather have you around than not. I'd rather have you helping us. And I'd rather help you.
I would...
Come on, Grave.
Maybe just for a little while, until I get close enough. You said you'd help me fix my ring, and once it's fixed...
We'll see what happens then, yeah? But that broken promise, you owe me one.
I owe you what?
I haven't decided yet. You just owe me one. Alright?
I won't give you back the one I rescued. I came too far.
Listen, just stick around for a while. I'll think about it. We'll talk to my friend who's good with artifacts, yeah?
Is that one not your enemy too?
This one?
To Jack. Like, she's like, now that I know that we come from the same place, don't you see that guy as an enemy?
That war is long forgotten, yeah?
Is it?
When I'm from, yeah. And he specifically said when I'm from, not where I'm from.
Ah, a light kind of goes on, but she's not there yet.
Okay.
She's like, thinking about it. So, Benji, how long do you want tea time to go on? And is there any is there any safety precaution you want to make before then?
Let's all try and relax. How's everybody feeling?
Because you could probably talk her into extending a truce until you're in the right time period. That is the thing you can do. I'm just going to give that to you, just to make things easier.
Well,
But-
I'm also talking about at least stick through seeing Dorit with me, is basically what he's saying.
Possible.
Yeah, so, you know, let's get to the hospital where my friend is, when my friend is, and we'll start getting things sorted, yeah?
So here's the thing.
Okay.
This is spectacular, and I hope that this all works out. And also, she's going to continue to call Keeper. If she stays with you, I will take at least Cold Lad and Tiny Curie and go my own way. I will not travel with her so long as she is loyal.
I can respect that. I'm trying something very fucking risky. I get it.
I understand. I just don't want. I don't want the kids to get put at risk.
That's fine.
All right.
Are you going to be taking the bodies?
You're hearing this, right, Grave? Can you promise not to hurt the kids?
They ain't done nothing to me yet.
Oh, God.
And you're saying you don't want me to call. It's not even working anyway. Hasn't since I fell.
Gotta wait for the right time. You call at the wrong time, things could get nasty.
Alright. You could probably talk her into promising not to use her ring until the right time.
Okay.
The right time.
I will try and, should I do a wits and manipulation?
Absolutely.
Does it look like she's trying to trick us?
There's not a pledge.
Absolutely not. No, this is someone who is way too emotionally broken at the moment to do any kind of manipulation. She might lash out, she might freak out, she might lose her shit, but she is not together enough at the moment to manipulate anybody.
Even if you put her in a mortal pledge, she'll have 3 days after calling her keeper before she suffers consequences. It's not enough. If she leaves the ring, she can travel with us, but otherwise I'll take the cart and take these two and go my own way with that. Whoever wants to come with me. This is nothing against you, Benji, and I respect what you're doing. But I don't trust her not to call the keeper.
Okay, hold on.
No, if you break a pledge, I mean, you can have... Oh, are you talking about, like, if the...
He says,
dies?
even if she made a pledge that would kill her, if she broke it, she would still have 3 days.
The other ones happen right away. There's just the death one gives you 3 days to reverse
The death one gives you 3 days.
It doesn't matter, though, because she can still break the pledge. And if she seems like this is out of character, she seems like a person who will sacrifice herself for the will of her mistress. So Jack is not going to have anything to do with it.
All right.
Yeah. So, look at the wording. 3 successes. Don't use the item till the time is right. Would you trust me with the ring till then?
Whew. Because you have 3 successes, she'll consider that, but that's asking a lot. That's asking basically her to give up, as far as she knows, her only way home.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there would be a severe penalty for that rule. Severe. So, she's considering it. But she says, then we will stay above you. We will not be close.
Canny then.
Above you, as we have been. And Danny can talk to her friend. Because my queen will be happier if Danny comes back in a good mood, I think. So basically she's trying to say, I want to keep Danny happy, but it's not like I care about Danny or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's that kind of
what anyone would want.
Yeah.
She's being a very
When she says, I'm only doing it for my lady, it's she's telling the truth, but it's starting to ring a little bit hollow. Like maybe, like she basically is getting attached to Danny.
Literally and figuratively.
Oh boy.
Benji, if you were to bring her back to our home, and just consider what that lady might think. Think about what folks in Sunderland might choose to do to both of you. That's not a threat. I'll have nothing to do with it. But just consider it.
I'm hoping things are well and truly sorted long before we walk through that door. If not, I've got a plan B. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay.
Is Jack going a different way with the bodies then?
I'm going to summarize basically what's about to come up, and you guys can repeat to me like how you go about it. Basically, once the storm has passed, a door opens up. You're told to go to a certain place at the edge of a lake, and said that the one who has basically she says the one I'm having dealings with will be waiting there for you, and you can go through and collect what you have to collect.
Okay.
Well,
And what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say, obviously, Duncan's gonna go with Jack
Okay.
in this situation.
I mean, like the flying above you thing, is that good enough for Jack to not be close?
No,
to
I mean,
travel as you were traveling before?
if the keeper comes, 50 feet in the air is not going to matter.
True, but she did say, and she wasn't lying, that it hasn't been working at all since.
But we don't know why it's not working, and we don't know
That's
when
true,
it's
you
going to
don't know
start
why.
working.
You don't know.
Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. So here, let me step out of character for a second.
Okay. I realize it's getting a bit. I'm trying to juggle everything too.
I'm loath to split the party, but Jack thinks it's a really, really shit idea to bring her with while she's trying to capture or contact the keeper, even if she says she won't. She is clearly willing to sacrifice herself to do so. Now, I understand Benji's intention, but I think that it might make sense to go in two separate ways. And Jack has already said that.
Okay. So here's something out of character that I can do. I can produce some feature of the landscape that separates Danny and her rescuer from the rest of it, so that for the moment you can all stay together.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would do scenes of their adventures interspersed with the rest of you. Does that sound better?
That's fine.
So I'm willing.
You?
I recognize that this is sort of like can be an obstacle, and I'm willing to go a different way if everybody would prefer that I did.
Let's try to keep everyone together, if that makes sense, because we just got Danny back to the group.
I know, and I know this is difficult.
I think this is a terrible idea. Jack wants to kill her. I mean, he has empathy for her, but she is dangling one of his companions, and she is a loyalist. Now, we all have mixed feelings about our keepers.
And after tea time is over, you can certainly do that. But
okay, well, here's the thing. Let's roll, and Jack will say something to her. Okay.
Okay.
So you have made a deal, Benji, with Grave Mistake. Now, Grave Mistake, I will make a deal with you two, if you're ready. If you decide to break your pledge, and if any harm comes to my companions, I will do whatever's in my power reasonably to torture you before I kill you.
Holy.
Oh, the weird has to die on you. You know it.
You can also.
You can torture without restraining. You can definitely torture without restraining. That's
no, absolutely.
Possible.
But torture is one of the big three no-nos. That's the big one.
You know, if Jack knew
that's
that
fine. You're not taking any damage or anything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and Jack is just saying, you know, instead, you will experience incredible pain before you die.
She's shaken. Clearly so. Are you actually trying to intimidate?
Yes.
Or are you simply conveying information?
He is offering a pledge while intimidating.
Okay. Ha!
He's making an offer she can't refuse.
So the pledge you're offering is you don't call your keeper until basically until we're done until you're done delivering with the task you have to do.
No,
Right?
no. It's
No.
if you call your keeper while we're together, and harm comes to any of my companions, then I will do anything that's reasonably in my power
Don't
to
call
make
your
you
keeper
suffer
while
before
we're
you die.
together. She'll agree to no problem. No problem. She's not going to agree to promise not to attack any of you if you attack her first, because she does believe that all of you are going to attack her.
No. This is contingent on her trying to take or harm any of my companions, and then reasonably, whatever I can reasonably do to make her suffer before she dies, I will.
Okay.
That's the pledge.
Whew.
That
All
still
right.
sounds very keeperish.
Danny is extremely
I've learned from the best.
I know. Oh man, I kind of want to get to the next bit, but I'm like, oh, this is good stuff.
Holy shit.
The harm thing is as it was before. She's going to say, if any of you take aggressive action towards me, I will hurt you. But if you don't attack me, I will hover close, and I won't use my ring as long as we're together. Unless you attack me.
No, Duncan, we're outside now, right? Tea time's done?
Is team time done, Benji? Is the watch closed?
Until everybody says they're ready, I won't stop tea time. If everybody says they're ready, I'll stop tea time.
Do you want me to roll an intimidate?
Go ahead.
I'm using a willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I'm glad I did use a willpower. That's only one success. On 9.
All right, and there's no defense roll with intimidate, is there? Just it works or it doesn't. So yes.
Well, it's probably contested versus their resolve and composure. I would assume.
I'm gonna say she's shaken enough now by the talk with Benji that she's not gonna get a roll to resist the intimidate.
Okay,
But-
that makes sense. From an emotional standpoint.
She's
Exactly.
already.
So
her
she will
willpower-
agree not to, not to initiate aggressive action against you, and not to use her ring as long as she's around you.
Yeah. That wasn't. I mean, that's not strictly the pledge, but that's
That's the one that's offered, and that's simple enough for me to remember.
okay. All right. Yeah.
Because I just did that without realizing that that's what I was doing in that previous scene, and it's good. It led to some amazing stuff. But the simpler it is, the more likely I'm as a storyteller I'm going to be able to juggle everything.
Okay.
So let's try to keep pledges simple whilst we're on this action adventure kind of ride, because otherwise it's hard for me to keep track. Okay. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So it's a standard non-aggression thing. I won't hurt you unless you try to hurt me. Plus, I won't call my keeper as long as I'm in your presence on this journey.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good.
the consequence being.
And the consequence being,
incredibly
I
personal.
understand that this person will hunt me down and hurt me very, 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 very badly and then kill
Yes.
me. Yes. Okay, good. Wow, okay. Whew. So, it's only about another mile. The Queen of Heaven informs you that there is a door to the mortal city.
Mm-hmm.
When you get there, there is a gigantic stag with huge antlers covered in leaves, and Laura is sitting on it, looking impatient.
I will hide behind Jack.
Hey, Laura.
Oh God.
About time you got here.
Why?
How's the new
Two
arm
successes.
working? Oh. Oh, never mind. And she sees Benji and gives a little smile. She says, "You're back. I hope
Yeah.
you agree."
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that stabbing thing worked out as you thought it was.
Look, I'm glad it worked too. If it hadn't, I would have felt quite silly.
Duncan
Look,
know
throws
this is
a
anything
the
about
dagger at
closest
this?
she's gonna get. This is the closest she's gonna get to apologizing. She's like, yeah, I'm glad that worked out. I would have felt kind of bad if it hadn't.
Know anything about this? And he points to his eye.
Well, we wanted to get back, didn't we?
You remember
That
it?
one there, and she kind of nods her head in the direction of the others. She said that one there told us we'd have to give something up if we wanted to get back.
I didn't tell anybody anything.
Not you.
Oh.
Anyway, it's too damn bad, Benji. But you were back, and you made it, although it looked as if it took you a while.
Yeah. Interesting times.
Yeah.
Duncan just threw a dagger at Laura.
Ah, and Laura?
Specifically, that's
All right,
specifically
roll
at her
that.
leg.
Roll it. Roll it.
And
roll
that's
it.
a weaponry roll.
All right.
That's a dex
At the
weaponry roll.
legs, like. Okay. So your intent is not to kill, but to wound.
To cripple.
Okay.
He does not want her to get away fast.
All right, you deck. Now she is a strident animal, so yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll it. Wow. Fucking sneak attack. So, as she and Benji are having this touching reunion, God, I hope you.
Then here comes Dustin.
It's gonna be so anticlimactic if you flub the roll.
I know, it's gonna be like, there goes the dagger.
One.
She doesn't know this is coming, so no defense.
Awesome. And
She has,
because
she has no idea this is happening. So.
and because I know for a fact that I want this to succeed, I'm gonna spend willpower.
Oh my god.
Do you have any contracts or blessings or anything like that you could use to?
I don't know. Maybe if I use my darkness, I could be able to use stealth with this too. But she's
You've
already
got-
flat it.
Don't bother with it. You've already got the element of surprise. You've already gotten a sneak attack. So let's just keep it simple.
Okay, so spending a willpower gives me 1 extra die, right?
3.
3.
Oh God.
Okay.
Okay.
If he hits an artery.
3 successes.
All right.
Yeah, that'll cripple.
That's 3 lethal. So she gives a cry of pain and hunches over, and the dagger's just like basically
in her
stuck
leg.
in her knee. Yeah, it's like embedded just above the knee.
Took a dagger.
And she reaches back and smacks the rump of the animal, the stag, and it just takes off. And as it takes off, you can see her drawing something from her belt.
Benji pulls out his claw hammer.
Startled. So what?
And Benji pulls out his claw hammer and starts walking toward Duncan.
Fall Guy just takes a
Oh my god.
a single long step away from Duncan.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a glamour to disappear.
Okay. I want you to read me exactly how that works. Because it is a bright sunny day.
Oh, I actually can't do it then. Because that would make my contract at 0, so you won't be able to do that.
What is the contract?
It was the 2-dot contract of darkness.
Disappear into
it's-
the shadows.
It's
There's
not
a shadow
dark.
underneath the cart.
There's a shadow underneath the cart. What shadows there are very dark, but there are not many because it is a bright, sunny day.
Well, because it's during the day, I get minus, and I'm not in shadow.
Oh yeah, that affects you.
Yep, I get -2.
Joshua, on the other side of the where it opens up, and you kind of feel like a brush of warmth against your cheek as you pass through. On the other side is a graveyard where there are many, many shallow graves and many, many bodies piled up waiting to go into the earth.
Yeah, Fall Guy just kind of follows behind, just kind of whistling, his head up, just like, I'm just gonna walk away from this.
Don't. Fall Guy's just like, nope. Nope.
Fall Guy's like, fuck this, guys. I'm going over
Fuck
here.
this guy. Actually, even Grave Mistake turns back to Danny on her back and is just like, oh my goodness, what is that? What is going down there?
What was that?
I don't want to be here for it.
Make it good.
I do not take betrayal lightly. Keep that in mind.
How'd she betray you?
She didn't just betray me. She betrayed you. She betrayed Lily.
How'd she do it?
When we were in that place before.
Wait, how did she betray Lily?
She set her face on fire.
Oh.
Fair enough.
That's true.
I didn't much care for that.
I got stabbed in the chest. So
I
know
don't
what?
care for her doing that either, but
I'm going to let it slide.
This
But I
makes
will
it so
say-
that we can keep a better eye on her.
I will say this. She wants to do anything to you. I'm turning a blind eye. And I put my hammer away and walk through the door.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
You see a graveyard on the other side. Wow, that, whew. Duncan dodged a bullet there.
Did I just
Does
gain
Duncan
a...
follow?
What?
Does Duncan follow?
Does Duncan follow?
He's the only one that knows what you're supposed to get.
Well, I mean, it's obvious once you're through what you're supposed to get. It is the graveyard of Holy Trinity Church.
Uh-huh.
It's Trinity Graveyard, and there are bodies just everywhere.
So this
And
is a...
most
this
of
is
them,
burial.
you can pretty much tell what they died of.
Yeah, it's cholera.
Yep. Say that out loud.
As they're walking, Fall Guy's just like, so what do you like to listen to, Jack? Steely Dan? Iron Maiden? Metallica?
I imagine you're a flaming lips.
Wait, what?
I imagine you're a flaming lips man.
That was a good one. Good one.
Kiss maybe. Ah, jeez.
Wow.
All right. Well, that was the woman who knew what we were supposed to do with all these bodies. So we'll just have to wing this.
Mm-hmm.
Lady, are you there somewhere?
You feel kind of a tingle in the part of your brain where you usually hear a voice, but it's not coming through.
Brain? What brain?
Oh, that's right! You have a
If you
brain!
only
If
had a
I
brain.
only had a brain.
Oh, okay. In your head bucket.
All right.
Your cavity.
In your brain cavity. It's like a vibration on your skull.
It's a good vibration.
And by the way, I won't mention this again, but Joshua won the bet.
Actually, I think this is a neutral bet.
Oh, okay.
Because we were both right.
I don't know.
I remember the conversation, and Joshua definitely won the bet.
What is this bet?
It's up to you guys whether or not you want to tell him.
Okay.
There's a little gentlemanly waiver as to whether Benji would side with Duncan or Laura.
Kenneth said, obviously Benji would support Duncan attacking Laura because Laura frickin' stabbed him.
No.
Jack said, remind us, is Laura a woman? No.
No, Duncan. It won't happen. Sorry, Kenneth. He's gonna go with Laura. There's no doubt in my mind.
No, after everyone left, we're like, we'll just bet because we didn't care. We didn't.
I was hoping you guys were gonna bet XP. That would have been
that would have been awesome.
No, that wouldn't have been right though.
Yeah, I had no XP to begin with.
Well, you know, you have a little lose. But anyway, yes, Trinity Churchyard.
So Duncan walks in, and Jack will turn to him, sort of swivel on his waist, and say, "You know, she was working for your mistress."
Yes. She did her job.
That's true.
And?
What does the Queen of Heaven think about this?
Queen of Heaven does not have anything to say at this time. Not once you've gone through the portal.
Well, you better have a better idea about what to do with these bodies than I do then.
What do you guys want to do? They're just there.
I'll get out of the cart to make room for bodies.
Well, so, alright. Fucking changelings.
Fuck, thankfully.
That's what you get for betraying Duncan.
Wow.
Duncan, did Duncan say that out loud?
No, he doesn't.
He better not, or he will become the target of Jack's anger right now. So do we bury these bodies here or on the other side?
When Benji said, "Why'd you do that?" Duncan specifically says, "I do not take betrayal lightly."
Yeah, but Jack was on the other side of the hedge gate at that time.
Say it out loud. I want to see what happens.
Duncan won't say anything unless addressed.
Okay.
Okay. Well, he didn't trust you. He said, you realize she worked for your lady, right?
And he said, "Yes, I know, but she did her job."
And then she was disposable. But now we're stuck here holding our dicks, trying to figure out what to do with a body full of corpses.
Wait,
we got an unburied dead.
That's just a tad bit weird.
A body full of corpses? You mean glass? No, I'm just,
Yeah, right.
or Lily, maybe?
You are what you eat.
Wow.
Here we are. Graveyard's full of corpses, and so is the cart. I don't think that we can fit this many corpses in the cart.
Why
Do
don't
we
you
bury
try?
them here, or do we bury them on the other side of the hedge?
I'm pretty sure this is something she would have told him. I'm pretty sure this is a here moment because there's a giant graveyard.
Well, she doesn't talk to you, but you know where her graveyard is. It's
Right.
the Holy Trinity Churchyard in the hedge.
Right. And he's usually the one burying the bodies anyway.
Yeah, but you haven't been part of this time period. Back when you worked for her, her thing was the monastery.
Right.
And St. Peter's connected to it. Holy Trinity, like, this is completely new to you. You have a kind of a mini map in your head, and you know that here you're supposed to do a collection here, and then you have one more collection, and then you're supposed to take everything to Holy Trinity in the hedge and put it there. And that's the end of your task. But
Hey, Benji.
Yeah.
How many bodies will fit in your bag?
do you guys try actually putting more bodies on the cart?
That's my second idea. Well, no. The bag is my
Before
second
or
idea.
after cremation?
My first idea is to sit next to the cart and reach like this and pick up a tiny body and sit it on the much bigger
You're actually in the proper city right now.
Also, how far do they need to move?
We might be able to get another card if we need one, or we can make trips.
If it's not that far, we can make multiple trips.
Yeah.
You guys could. The portal's open. It's not standing open, but you can still kind of feel it there. So you can go back through.
Is it the portal to the churchyard, or it's a portal to the woods somewhere?
It's the portal to where you just came from.
Which is not the
hedge.
place we're supposed to be.
It's not, but it is a way to get back into the hedge, which is where the place you're supposed to be is. Or at least so Duncan would tell you if he was talking to you.
He actually didn't follow you guys. He assumed it was going to be pretty obvious what you have to do.
So wait, he's not in the real world now?
Nope.
No.
Oh, so Jack did not say those things to him then. All those things that I suggested.
Here's the thing.
Oh, we're not in the hedge. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, here's the thing. Duncan would stop at the door and hold it open. That's what he does with every single one of these.
Like a butler. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fucking
Jack's gonna go
translate.
walk over to him and say the things that I said to him.
All right, none of that happened.
Jack is gonna go over and say them through the. Can you say stuff through the door? Yeah.
I think you'd duck your head through, but it's. I mean,
Sounds cartoonish.
it might kind of strain the nature of reality a little, but fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
We need him. Maybe. Okay. So, yeah. Jack is gonna walk back to the other side of the hedge and say those things that I already said to Duncan.
He would also say, "I didn't kill her." To be more precise.
She's
still alive.
Where is she? No, here's the thing. For the sake of getting the lady's work done and having to work together to do it, even if you have total disregard for one of her emissaries, just at least get her to finish the job before you scare her away and mortally wound her. Next time. No.
She's still there. She can't go far.
She can. She's got a giant reindeer. Christ. So, where's this churchyard? Because I want to get there.
Okay.
He points to the churchyard. That's pretty much all. That's all. It's like.
You can point to the direction. Roll your direction die. It's that way.
It's that way.
Except acting like there are magnetic directions in the hedge is a bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
there are ideas of directions, I guess.
Right, because there's the directional courts, so they have to have some sort of orientation.
True! The directional courts can do their shit in the hedge, I know, because it's already happened. Someone was found using a directional contract in the hedge in this game. Alright, so yes, there are at least vague ideas of directions in the hedge, although they might not be dependable. Okay, so, because Lily said she was going to put the bodies in the cart...
No, I thought we were in the hedge, and that's not going to work if we're in...
No, it's not going to work. Does anyone just start putting bodies in the cart?
That does not.
Alright, Fall Guy doesn't feel like it.
Fall Guy never feels like it.
When has Fall Guy ever felt like?
Yeah.
Oh God, poor Jack.
The hay's got to come out first. Jack will come out and start doing it.
Alright, what about Benji? What is Benji doing?
Benji's going to do a quick craft. I'm going to take 2 long sticks and a couple of shorter sticks.
Okay.
And I'm going to craft a little something that I can drag bodies to the cart.
Okay. You're making a travois.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Make it work. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Can I assist him with directions?
You can.
No.
Sure. If you feel like Lily has made one of these before and has helpful advice, you can absolutely roll it and potentially add a die to Matthew's roll.
Holy crap.
Absolutely. I support teamwork. I'm going to do anything I can do to get you guys working together. Fucking changeling.
4 dice.
Oh.
Add four dice to your dice pool.
Damn.
What?
Those are really good
I got
directions.
Wow, Lily has made a lot of these before.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're both
she-
carrying
maybe she-
bodies. Clearly.
Yeah, maybe she
It's
uses
hard.
them
I
to,
can't go like this, so I have to drag them.
to cart her poo around. Okay,
I know my stuff.
so add
Benji,
four
you're
dice.
doing it wrong. No, crap, I am.
Okay, so one success. Yes, you have the thing. Also, the city is very quiet.
Good. We don't want people to see us dragging bodies into a car.
Like no one's out.
Is it
no
nighttime?
drunk stumbling. Oh yes, it's night. No drunk stumbling home. Nothing like that.
Interesting.
Does it seem like there's something dangerous about?
No. It's just everyone's
Other than us.
sleeping. Everyone's quiet. People just aren't awake.
It's probably like midnight.
Little Curie, kid, will you just let me know if you hear or see anybody coming this way?
She nods. She agrees. And she skitters up to the top of like a memorial, a mausoleum. She skitters up to the top and kind of crouches down and
Jack gives her a big high five. Or a big thumbs up.
she's just like she's trying to do it. She's like, yeah. She doesn't really know what that means, but she's mimicking you because she doesn't know how to thumb.
She doesn't know how to thumb.
So you're loading bodies into the cart. They fit. The end.
Spectacular.
Magic!
Dozens of them. Dozens. Benji, are you helping?
Oh, hell yeah. My little cravat.
You recognize a few. And,
I say a prayer over the ones I recognize. Sorry, you poor fuck.
like
Wish it went better for
Isabella.
you.
Like Isabella, for instance. She's there.
Yeah.
And,
Moment of silence there.
Indeed. And, you also, there's a little coffin, and, wrapped around the, like there's a little, like a placard on it, almost, like a name on it, and there's a little handkerchief tied on it that you recognize. It's hard to place it, but you definitely do find Isabella there, among the others. And they all go in the cart.
What's the placard say?
No, I mean it's like a little, like I don't know, like a door knocker, like a little thing that you nail onto something, and it's just a little design. But there's a handkerchief tied onto it. That's familiar. Like, oh, didn't I see someone wearing that handkerchief? I don't. It's just red with checks on it, dots or something. You can try to place it later.
Okay.
Okay, so the pack and all the hella weapons are lashed to the sides, and it's a good few hours hard work. It's hard, and as you're finishing up, Baby Kyrie starts going on the stone. She starts making noise.
Okay, gotta go.
And then she points down to the city below you, and you see one light, just one, moving through the streets.
Okay.
It's kind of irregular, and there's no crowd. There's just one lantern moving very slowly with kind of a bobbing and wavering pattern through the streets. She seems like she wants to go investigate. She looks and then looks down and is pointing out.
Does it smell like justice? By which I mean the law.
Yes, it smells like... No. Here, the air just smells like lime.
Lily, don't let her go alone, okay? Can you walk?
I can sort of hop shuffle.
Oh, maybe you should.
My foot doesn't move very good.
Did you make her a new leg already?
I mean, she hasn't said that she's wanted any help on that score, but Jack totally will.
Alright, so are you going to perch atop all of the bodies, Lily, or are you going to figure something else out?
I was going to just kind of hold on to the side of the cart and hop along.
Mm-hmm.
Well, someone can find a sweet crutch for me.
Let's just get this to the other side, and then we can figure out who that is. I've got a weird feeling about it. Just the way it's moving. The person looks maybe drunk.
Maybe drunk?
Yeah, I just want to check something out. But I don't want the bodies here.
Alright, so... by the way, did Isabella go in the cart with the rest? I think so. I never heard otherwise. And does the tiny coffin go in the cart with the rest?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you guys take the cart to the other side of the portal, into the hedge, and leave it there. And then are you going down into the town to investigate?
It's got to be guarded.
Okay.
So Jack will stay and guard the cart if the rest of you guys want to go and see who that is.
No, all guys cool standing by the car.
Of course he is. He gets to sit there and smart.
Like, I'm good, guys. I'm just gonna chill here, and you guys do all the work.
I'm gonna chill here and continue to be chained, like I am.
Oh man, you're gonna have some terrible bruises when we finally get you out of there.
What is that place?
Who, me?
The hero is asking. It's more and more amusing to call it that. Yes, what is that place? Through that door.
I don't know.
That's where but not when we live.
Huh. It smells funny. I don't like it much.
What does it smell like?
Like dead things. Maybe I do like it. But something else. Something that burns my nose. It smells good, but I can't enjoy it. It burns. It burns.
What does it smell like to me?
Limestone.
Like lots of dead bodies covered in lime.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Not limes.
yeah, there's like delicious dead thing smell, and then there's like chemical burn, and you're like, ha, ha. Lime,
Seasoning.
like, the chemicals that they... I actually don't know for sure if they did it, but I like it thematically. So, she's flown through, by the way, through the portal. So there's just a person with wings flying above Trinity Churchyard, like it ain't even no thing. Yes, exactly. It's a person.
No, it's the 1840s.
Dragging Danny with her.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy,
And she still has Danny with her?
Yes, Danny's on her back.
Oh.
boy, Angel,
Change.
down here for a second. We need to talk.
All right. She hovers a bit closer.
Yeah, you can't be around here flying around with wings.
Why?
Just not done on the
My
side.
wings are beautiful.
Yeah, you can't do that. We gotta get you a proper mask. They're gorgeous.
Wait,
Gorgeous,
does she have a
I tell ya.
mask?
Thank you. She preens a little.
But we gotta get you a proper mask before you come over on this side.
A mask? For a party? Are we going to a party? I love parties.
Yes, we are.
I
haven't
tell
been
you
to a
what,
masquerade in so long.
I could introduce you to the biggest party person, but it would take a few promises to get that to happen. But I can make it happen for
Who
you.
is the biggest party person? What is their name?
Her name's Jean. She runs this place that is the most fucking fantastic place.
That's a funny name. John.
That's a badass name.
It's silly.
John
You're too
Gentle.
short and it has no allure.
Telling you, she's absolutely badass. But you can't be here winging around. You'll freak people out.
Alright. It hurts my nose anyway. She flies back through. Oh my god. So you're gonna go check out the light.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, kiddo, is this what you wanted me to say?
She nods emphatically. And actually she jumps up onto Benji's shoulders as he's walking. As she has to Jack many times. Only with Jack she like perches on one shoulder. With Benji she's just kind of clinging to his back. With her skinny little arms around his neck.
So
Realise that works better with Jack. Not the windpipe. Oi! Not the windpipe.
would you say Benji has a monkey on his back?
Mousy. A ratty.
A ratty. Oh, look at Shell. Oh, she's just...
So what is the light?
So as you go closer, it is a person leaning on a crutch, holding a lantern and a bucket of some kind. And they are holding, clinging to their crutch and holding a bucket. And then they kind of have a lantern on the other side, and every so often they'll basically they're stopping at every house.
Uh-oh.
Not every house. They're stopping here and there. Nothing good comes in buckets.
What's in the bucket?
They're wrapped up in dark clothing.
Does it look like they're collecting things in their bucket?
No. Well, how long do you watch? If you want to follow this person, you're gonna need to make a stealth roll. I'm not
trying to hide.
You make a stealth roll because that's duh. But you need to.
I'm not trying to hide.
You're not trying to hide?
No.
Okay. Well, it looks like they're stopping in each house, putting something in the bucket, and then kind of waving. They're doing something at, like, they're repeating the same motions at certain houses.
Oi!
Holy water.
They turn and almost drop the lantern.
You okay?
How close are you?
30 feet? 40 feet?
Who are you?
Name's Benji. Who are you?
Did you put the... I was told everyone would stay asleep.
Oh, sorry about that. Carry on, didn't mean to bother you.
You know the voice.
Oh, who is it?
It's Laura's voice.
Oh.
Right. Well, this is slow going, so if you're not going to help, let me get back to it.
Yeah, let me do one or two for you. I'll make up a little of that last time.
All right.
What you doing?
Painting.
Oh, badass.
There's some kind of... It's burned into my head. And you see what she's doing. She's got just this bucket of paint or tar or something, and she stops at certain houses, and she paints it over the door, and then goes on.
Okay. Make sure to take a very close look at the symbol and the actions she's painting, so I can remember it with a call.
It's incredibly simple. It's weird because like you can't identify it as a symbol. It's not something you've ever seen. It's like a curl and a dot, and that's all it is.
Okay.
So.
I did a couple houses for her.
Okay, she tells you which ones need to be done. And some houses that have black over the windows are done, some are not. And some houses where there is no black over the windows are done. It seems random, but it seems definitely that she's in the poorer part of town. She's definitely in the more economically depressed part of town. Eventually she gets to the house that you found her at when you first met her.
Oh,
And
wow.
she painted that house too. And she paints the hazard house. Although she says, I don't see the point of it now, but careful, right?
Couldn't hurt.
Right.
You're gonna be okay.
No. But I think I'll last the night. Which is, I suppose, all I really need.
Would have really liked to see you again.
You've got some companions that don't want me around.
I don't know what the fuck is up with that.
I can't go back with you. But when I'm done here, I have to go back by sunrise.
To the other side.
Well, Lily's not there, but she just says
Why not?
meaningfully, I
I'm
have
there.
to be back. Wait, you went... Oh, no, I thought this was just baby Kyria and Benji.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize you were there.
Yeah, you stayed with the cart. You can't walk. So you would have had to stay with the cart.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, that was everything. That whole interaction would have been different.
So, you're done then, or nearly?
I might have a few hours. Unless that's not what you meant.
Let's get you a drink.
I wouldn't mind saying goodbye to Mary. She's been a good friend to me. As snotty as she is.
Yeah.
Benji is... I just have to finish this and be back by sunrise. I think the hours in between are mine.
Right.
Alright.
Take a little time, but I've got somebody who's chained up. Probably need tending to.
Oh,
But I do want to share a drink with you.
okay.
I think I
So,
can do that
shall we-
before launching into rescues.
If you want to do more of that conversation and play the time that they finish up the job and have a drink, we can definitely do that.
Okay.
But we'll rejoin the others and say that just as the sky vaguely starts to lighten and there's mist all over the ground, little Kyrie has come back. She decided to fuck off, and she goes over to Jack and she baps on his shoulders and goes da 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 da, and she starts making all of these hand motions and facial expressions and starts just giggling helplessly.
He chuckles.
And she dances a bit to amuse him. And just as the sky is starting to lighten, Benji and Benji comes back towards the portal, and Laura's with him on her crutch, and she's carrying an almost empty bucket with a brush, 2 brushes, I suppose, and they come through, and she said, "I'm almost done."
I stand between her and Duncan and just go, "You done? You done?"
Kenneth.
Oi, Duncan.
He's just she hasn't done anything else to betray him. So
She hasn't been around. She hasn't been around him. She was down in the
exactly.
city.
Yeah, so you're done.
Yep.
Who's got the echo?
I don't know. Damn it. All right. Well, I think we're in the last couple minutes anyway, don't you? So we can sort all that out maybe in the community.
Okay.
All right. So yes, Benji and Laura return. The group is all together again. Emmy, I'll be doing a session with you.
Wow.
And I will see all of you next week. All right. I'm going to wave goodbye to our viewers. Bye, viewers.
Goodbye, viewers.
Bye.
Peace.